one is buying my delicious Troopers, a magnificent mouth-watering creation brought to life by me, Dr. Soursop. Destroy those Smarties! Soon there will be no more Smarties to play with. Destroy!
Whoa! Oh no! This is horrible! Those troopers have stopped the Smarties being made, and the children of the world will be unhappy!
Troopers still on
No!
board.
This can't happen! I won't let it happen! Here I come, Dr. Soursweet!
How is it that we can find two video games based on sweets that are essentially running around a sweet factory? I mean, yeah, logically, okay, I get it. It's like, well, we've got a brand that's for sweets. What are we going to do? Just candy factory then, I guess. This is Smarties Meltdown, which is probably even less known than the M&M's game. I mean, the M&M's games have become kind of a running joke throughout the kind of video game history, mainly because of M&M kart racing for the Wii, which we'll get to in an episode in the future. But Smarties Meltdown is a bit of a weird one because A, it only ever came out in Europe, and B, it features Dave Benson Philips doing the voice of Big Blue, who, if you're not from the UK and not of a certain age, I guess, Dave Benson Philips was a children's TV presenter who did, was it Get Your Own Back? Much loved by kids at the time. He was kind of, I don't remember if he was my era or not. I think he probably was. It was that same sort of era as Madhouse, and Alive and Kicking, I suppose, was a little bit later on. But yeah, well liked. So yeah, this game is very strange. Brought to us by a company called Europress, which I had difficulty finding any information on, which seems to be a recurring theme throughout this series at the minute. Difficulty levels of smarter, and smartest. I'm disappointed to not see smarterest or other Nestle brands as difficulty levels. Yeah, let's just use that one. Yeah, start a new game. So yeah, this is another 3D platformer where you're wandering around a factory collecting the sweet of choice. And apparently fighting what appear to be rip-offs of the Grinch. Robots, more Grinches, and more Grinches. This is an interesting one. This is one of the... So when I was starting researching, I'll put that in quotes, researching games for this is one of the ones I've stumbled across. And I mean, many an evening I've spent now. I wonder how much of my life I've spent browsing Amazon looking for strange licensed games. This is one of the ones that I thought, yeah, this is perfect. So here we go. So first things first, the camera's inverted, and I don't know that I can change. Nope, I'm just going to have to deal with that. Hey, after playing that M&M's game, at least it's got camera control. Although from the couple of minutes I played of it, I'm not sure the camera control is really going to matter because the camera seems to do whatever it wants anyway. So the Smarties talk to Big Blue, which is a little bit creepy. I can go and beat up these robots. Collect the little pearl things, whatever those are. Oh, it's an energy boost. Go on! Well, apparently the robot can't die. So as the base text at the start of the level said, I've got to collect 10 Smarties to open up the ingredient store, which is the first level. So I'm guessing this is essentially the little tiny hub world, and you go on into the other stages. So let's see if we can find ourselves 4 more Smarties and get going. So you can jump and you can... So X is jump, square is attack. Oh. Ah. Yeah, so there's these little static camera moments, which kind of reminds me of like Devil May Cry, and there's a little bit of kind of like Sonic Adventure with the camera. This game doesn't move anywhere near the same speed as Sonic Adventure does, so we don't have that same problem where you just, you know, the camera just points wherever it likes. But yeah, stuff like that with the controls just randomly changing what they do is less than ideal. So yeah, so you can see the green light is now open, so I can go into the ingredient store. Get out of the way, robot. So this came out in 2006. I don't know whether I actually found any more detail other than 2006. March 17th, 2006, apparently, if we're going to believe Wikipedia, which I'm intent to do. Because where else am I going to find information about a game like this? So it's about just over 10 years old. Sort of late era PS2, so we're talking, you know, God of War 2 hadn't come out by this point. I think that was 2007. So this is pretty bare bones in terms of kind of presentation. I've got to rescue all of the Stroopers also. No good. Yeah, this is pretty bare bones, pretty weak visual. Yeah, it looks okay. It looks dated.
Let's roll.
The music is not particularly brilliant. So you get these temporary power-ups. This worked a lot better last time when I had a bit of a run-up. Ah! Ah! Just punch the Grinch! So you've got an exosuit, which seems to be the little arms and legs that you get. It's a little bit like Rayman, actually. I hadn't put that together. Also, can we add this to the list of mascot platformers that have little bits of dialogue that repeat? Because, again, I think that's going to be a trope of this series. Right. There's more Smarties of that side. But... They don't really look like Grinches. I can't tell if that's supposed to be intentional or if just the character design's a bit of a rip-off. I want to go back and get this at the Smarties, but it's going to take me hours. Oh. He's very excited about collecting Smarties. I would be. 22 Smarties is not a lot. If I think about how many Smarties you get in a little packet, let alone the big packet, 24 is not a lot. There is a delicious irony to playing these fast food and snack-based video games, because I realised I've been sitting here drinking 7-Ups for most of these previous episodes. Or 7-Up freeze. So, apparently Cool Spot has actually worked. I mean, you know, I liked 7-Up before I played the Cool Spot game. And I'd argue that Cool Spot didn't really... You know, I don't have any more affinity for the 7-Up brand after playing that, but I do enjoy a nice 7-Up. There's some more down here by the looks of things. Oh, there's a Grinch. There's 2 Grinches! The environments are... It's not badly textured, it's just... There's very little to them. They're big, empty spaces with occasional Smarties dotted in them. Like, at least the M&M's game, you know, it was flaky and it was rough to play, but the environments were quite tight and they had you know, just enough space to maneuver around, but not enough space to feel like you're just wandering through an empty desert. Whereas this very much feels like that. Is that the end of the level? That was short. There's something very bare bones feeling about this gaming experience. The fact that the Nestle logo is on all the loading screens doesn't help. Find switches to activate the bridge to the next portal. Alright. So I guess these regeneration points are checkpoints, but I haven't died yet, so... I wonder what the other difficulty levels do. I'm guessing they just must make your health last a lot shorter.
Time for a meltdown.
It's not the most competent character action game I've ever played. Oh my god. Wait, just going to the lift. Yeah, there's also some kind of technical... in the control rooms. There's some technical issues with this game in that it doesn't look that bad, but already like the camera is just going wherever it likes. And I don't know whether you caught this in any of the previous little bits, but I can see a lot of texture flickering. Certain, you know, from certain distances away from things, you can see textures flickering in and out, which is distracting. And to be honest, with a game looking this this basic, you would expect that not to be an issue, really. I wish the Smarties would stop talking to me. Hit the switch. Oh, they're giant. I love when they have all these computers, you know, computers in world, and then there's just a giant red button on the wall. What did what did that do? No. Airlock? Where's the Smarties factory in space? +1 for imagination. Oh, did we not mention the Smarties are made in space? I also like the fact it has to put up a little bit of text every single time you get anywhere near an objective. Hey, the bridge is open. Did that other switch open the other half of the bridge then? I just wasn't paying attention. Because I already thought that part of the bridge was there. That's the way I came up. Yeah, apologies about the camera. I'm trying to control it with the right stick and it's not happy. It's very much one of those 3D cameras that just wants to be left alone. And for some reason they've given you the option to control it. Yeah, take that recycling bin. Do they have brown Smarties? Oh, you know what? How many minutes are we into this? I've just realised that I've been thinking of Skittles the entire time. Oh, God. They do have brown Smarties, because they're not Skittles. 50 Smarties required to reach the next area. Well, I've got 69, so... why even give me that message? Oh, what's that?
Great Choco Ray.
Collect the Choco Ray. Alright. I'm not sure I would spell Choco with 2 C's in the middle, but it's your game. Take another refreshing sip of my 7-Up free. Exciting. This isn't very good. I don't know whether you cottoned onto that yet. Comic Sans font as well. Whatever looks like Comic Sans. Open the portals leading to the next area. Oh my god. Frame rate's taking a hit as well.
This'll come in handy.
Super boots.
Take the heat, Strooper.
Ah, Strooper! Haven't we heard this music already? What's that? Activate to open ports 1 and 2.
Activated.
Yeah, you can see some flickering in the background there. Oh! I'm dead. Stupid smart, you should watch where you're going. But I should go to Portal 1 first, I'm guessing, not Portal 2. Let us slowly walk there. It's like Ratchet and Clank, isn't it? Apart from not entertaining. Honestly, this is like too human. How massive do these environments have to be with nothing in them? least they saved me the grace of not having to sit through a 15-second animation every time I die. I'm also guessing that Smarties Meltdown was not going to be a trilogy with a overarching story and new classes. Activate to open portal 3.
Switch.
There you go, I'm pressing triangle.
activated.
Frame rate would be more excusable if anything of note was happening.
Let's roll.
Super roll. Oh. So in the super roll, you seem to be able to push these. Oh my god. Where am I? I need that Smartie though. Do kids still like Smarties? Is Smarties still a brand that kids are excited about? Oh, you can push them without the roll. Okay, that makes that section easier. Right, let's go out this door then. Another game in which jumping makes you run faster. It's unfortunate because it makes the game look hideous. This frame rate, what's going on?
Great, another energy cell.
I can feel Dave Benson Philips' enthusiasm. He's about the only thing that's enthusiastic about this game. I'd kind of say like he's a good fit for this sort of thing because can I jump over? Oh, there is a gap in between those. Yeah, like if you're trying to voice a kid's game character, like he's a perfect fit for that kind of voice. Unfortunately, it also requires interest in writing a game you'd want to play for more than 15 minutes. Various other things.
Switch activated.
So far this has been collecting and pressing switches, and nothing else. Oh, a little bit of combat, sorry. I forgot about that.
Right.
Alright, so I opened 4 doors. This is my way to opening door number 5. God, even collecting the Smarties is difficult when the frame rate keeps dropping like this. I don't know whether video footage of this is going to do it justice, because it's really struggling. Let's just jump everywhere. That makes the frame rate better. Doesn't make everything look like a jittery mess. Oh, come in. Wait a minute. I've got to get over these conveyor belts. Yeah.
Switch activated.
Why did I need to open the portals then? What benefit do I get out of that? I'm not really sure I understand the point of this room. I also feel like, again, they've been very enthusiastic about what their factory line looks like.
Meltdown.
Also, they put their factory line in space, though, so if we're talking about realism, +1 to M&M's, I had to actually drive to the factory. The factory existed on Earth. Come on, let's go. We'll sit through another 30-second load time. What does the back of the box say? Activate main power switches to restart Smarties production. Battle through 6 sectors of chocolate creation. Rescue captive Smarties to unlock new areas. So yeah, it is collecting things and pressing switches then. That's the entire game. While listening to this kind of like, it's like kind of dance EJ style music in the background, which in 2006 is super strength. I ate that chocolate bar, now I can beat dudes up way quicker. This is a good lesson for the kids. You too can eat giant bars of dairy milk. Oh no, sorry. Giant bars of whatever Nestle's chocolate is.
Switch activated.
Milky Bar. They do Milky Bar? It's not brown chocolate though. That's what Big Blue just ate, despite not having a face. Yeah, I don't know whether I would have liked to see Big Blue with a face, because maybe that's a bit creepy, but you've got to give it to the M&M's game. Like, they actually had characters. So, you know, they had faces, they could emote, they had cutscenes where they talked. At the minute, this is just a blue Smartie that occasionally Dave Benson Philips' voice comes out of. And that might not even be a real voice. That might be his, like, him thinking to himself in Dave Benson Philips' voice. I don't know that there's a real voice. Oh, come back here. I tell you what, I've been playing Yakuza 4 recently as a kind of side game, and finding the real combat in this game real hard compared to Yakuza 4. It just doesn't have the same response time or set of moves. Apparently I can't collect that because I've already got in a maximum of 5 lives. Again, +1 to M&M's for allowing me to have 29 lives. I wonder if I can get enough lives in the M&M's game to get an integer overflow. Or whether it just gets stuck at something. Jump across to the next level. Alright. I'm gonna get a Smartie first. Is that supposed to be chocolate? It's more like a conveyor belt for, like, animal parts or carcasses or something. What kind of chocolate is orange? Apart from Terry's chocolate orange, which actually, no, isn't. That chocolate isn't orange, so. Oh, jeez. Maybe I'll give up on getting the 2 Smarties on the end of each, the 1 Smartie on the end of each conveyor belt. The jumping is that stubborn. I mean, it's very difficult to give the impression of what controls feel like over a video, but heat ray.
Great, another energy cell.
When it says permanent upgrade, though, what does that mean? Because I had Choco Ray and that's disappeared. Is it permanent for the level? Because the level's over already. Yeah, one type of enemy so far. Pressing switches. Choc bots have been pre-programmed. Whoa, frame rate. All those boxes. Who's talking? Is it the other Smarties or is it the Stroopers?
Great, another energy cell.
What's that? What is that? Oh! Ah! I've discovered a new button. Oh, come on. Get up there. I might have to push this one across. I'll be honest, like, this is more than I would go to in real life to get a Smartie. This is a lot of effort I'm having to go to. I want to shoot you with a laser gun. That didn't work. Great. Oh, it makes them tiny. What's that thing? A heat ray? I'm not impressed with the heat ray. Can I? Oh, I can change weapons. So R2 changes weapons. So I have still got the Choco Ray. Good. I wanted to make sure we cover all bases. I need to see what all the weapons do before I can give a valid verdict on this game. Oh, I can't be asked to get all the Smarties. Really can't. Not with this camera going crazy at me. So looking at that counter, I'm trying to figure out how many Smarties is actually going to let me get in this game. 128. Come on, I want to shoot some things with the Choco Ray. See what mystical power that's got. If the heat ray can shrink things, Choco Ray makes things bigger? Oh, I shouldn't have skipped that. I'm guessing it's going to ask me to collect Smarties or find a switch. I like a switch.
Switch activated.
That, to me, looks like a different type of enemy. Possibly a reprogrammed Chockbot. Hit the switch. Oh. Whoa! Oh. Could that be the switch it means? Not the switch on him.
Switch activated.
Oh. Camera. I need to know where the... Well, this is interesting.
Damage level.
I think I've run out of health.
Warning. Exosuit power
What's that? Is
damage
that a shield?
level is critical.
Oh, he's just going to follow me everywhere? I'm having this.
Oh, I feel energized again.
Mash the triangle button. Oh, it's one of those games. How many enemies I can get chasing me. How bad I can make the frame rate.
Right, full chocolate jacket.
Full chocolate jacket. Well, I wasn't expecting a Cubic reference, but okay. Get in the lift. Frame rates. I don't know what to think about this game. On the one hand, it was only unleashed in Europe, so I know that only us suffered through it. But there's something about this that should have been shared with the... Oh, it's the final area. Okay, let's make our way through the final area before we make our verdict. Get that Smartie there. Kind of want to go get some Smarties, man. No, wait. That's what I want. That's what the game wanted it to do. It'd be interesting to see something like what the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory game was like, because I bet it's better than this. I mean, that M&M's game I think is better than this, but then that did just shamelessly copy Crash Bandicoot, so oh, I can't just jump ahead. Well, this is essentially going for just, you know, standard 3D platformer sort of thing. It's a little bit Ratchet and Clank, but not really. This also only ever came out on the PlayStation 2, so
I feel strong.
they didn't do a Wii version, didn't do a DS version. Okay, both switches. I can handle that.
Switch
There's a 1.
activated.
And there's a 2.
Switch activated.
Maybe the lift. Flickering texture. Come on, here we go. Oh, where am I going?
Chase me! Chase me! Chase me! Chase me! Chase me!
I really wish they'd stop asking me to chase them. It's creepy. Target the red cores of the sentry bots. Disable the force field blocking the... Oh, it's gone. If you're going to have complicated rules, at least give me enough time to read them. What? How did I activate that one? This, Am I too close? Am I missing the point entirely?
Heat ray unavailable due to low power.
Oh. Where am I going to get power from at this time of day? Maybe this bin. I recycle my power. Oh, come on! I let him into the stairs. Severalizing. Alright, I've only got a little bit of power left. Can't waste it. So, what button did I just press? I just got all that energy. Has the game grown tired of me? How am I supposed to hit that? How precise do you want me to be? There's no... Oh. So if you click in the right stick... now, I don't remember the... There we go, circle. Okay, that's all of the... Right, okay, that's done. Again, it hasn't explained that I can click the right stick and do that. It's just expects me to know. Or to have read the book. I can bank my Smarties. Wait, it's going to be a cutscene. Oh yeah, cutscene! I'm glad we stuck with this. Oh. I'm not glad we stuck with this. That was not worth the 3 seconds of CG. Oh! 3 more seconds? About 4. 30 minutes of gameplay. 7 seconds of CG. That's not a particularly great ratio. Actually, the load times are longer than the CG. Oh, I stole my Smarties. I was going to use those. Also, what are you going to do with 159 Smarties? Is it going to fill, what, 3 bags? 2 bags? Well, I think that's our time with Smarties. Meltdown. Remember the name of the subtitle. These hot jams. So I'm guessing the next level is on the bottom floor. The other green door. That's what we just did. I just want to know what the second level is. The fan room? Yeah, this is particularly weak, I think. It just feels incredibly low budget, and by the nature of it being a European-only release, I think it is low budget. It kind of makes you wonder why Nestle agreed to it, or why, you know. Same with the M&Ms I can sort of understand because they were making mugs and Smarties, were they just trying to get on the same sort of level with Smarties? Because Smarties doesn't have a distinguishing brand. It's just a... It'd be like making a Snickers game. I mean, the only way you could do a Snickers game... You can give up, because I'm going to give up. Yeah, like a Snickers game you could do around the advertising campaigns or something like that, but doing something about the actual... the chocolate itself... Shush, Dave Benson. Trying to finish. Yeah, I don't understand what possessed them to think of Smarties as a brand that needed a video game, especially in 2006, which is quite late on for PS2 anyway. But that's Smarties Meltdown, a game that, like Little Britain, needs to leave my house immediately.